I'm so sick of goodbyes. Love is much more than love, Sid. Oh, my brother, my poor, dear, sweet, innocent little brother. What has become of you? Where have they taken you to, Sid? Dear Sid?
That man back there in the past is me. It's not someone else. After all, I recognise myself in that past.
The young brat's been
and
ill
yet, in the sense
and
that matters
confined
right
to
now,
his crib.
that
And
man is not me.
You see,
that man has
he
good
knows
resolutions
me.
that speak to me and are persuasive. But those resolutions do not affect me one bit. Unless I make now those resolutions anew.
Good to go. Tax other things as we speak. What did you say? The anarchists say that we're anarchists. A police officer walked across and... This is a question.
When John walks into the room, I feel a profound convulsion of repugnance and anger.
Put down that light, it hurts my eyes.
I no longer hate him.
As long as he needs me. Oh yes, he does need me. In spite of what you see.
Seeing John in need produces in me a feeling of distress and anxiety. And that's of course unpleasant. If I go to John's aid, however, this will reduce my feeling of distress.
Isn't that nice?
And may even produce in me a certain sense of self-satisfaction.
We're doing pretty well on healthcare.
And that would be pleasant.
We'll see.
And I anticipate
it's not basically to reassess anarchist influence.
John's aid.
God forgive me, I never thought of this in this damn dirty room. I think. Now, Sid, dear. Are you ready? That's right. Yes, here he is. Like a lamb. Coming in as he did, and so it was something I very much appreciate. And we'll see what happens. We're going to know in about 2 hours. So many conversations.
Nothing. Noths. The being by which nothingness comes to the world must be so nothingness.
He should.
Consciousness is not what it is,
he
and
should,
is what
but
it is not.
All the same, I'll play this game his way.
The crescent moon is
they
the
actually
existing.
Weren't from Wheelhouse.
What
Virginia.
is lacking is the rest of the moon.
They were from other planets.
The result of adding the crescent moon to the rest of the moon,
on top
adding
of
the existing to the lacking is the lack.
And a photographer was taking
the full
pictures.
Moon.
But you know, it was like that Mean Streets scene. So they come from all over. The night comes crawling.
I go to the cafe to meet John and look around, but cannot see him.
Dreams
so I conclude that he is not there.
I tell you
the
what,
cafe is the backdrop for John's absence. John's absence emerges from the backdrop of the cafe. The essence of the lie implies, in fact, that the liar actually
were being carried
in complete
and out
possession
of the squat.
truth which he is hiding.
You'll prevent me ever telling tales afterwards by shooting me through the head, and will take your chance of swinging for it,
I am too great
as you do for a great many other things.
I have become what I was. Eternity changes each man into himself.
Of your life.
All this is bad fate.
You know, Joe Strummer sang about our far, 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 far. And you know, I can't sell it in, I can't call it in, it's very unfair, it's so stacked.
I am not Sid.
Has taken
I am un-Sid, in-Sid, a-Sid, non-Sid. I am John, I'm not John.
How many thousands?
John is here, John is not there.
Thousands of pounds would you not give if you had them? Just to know who your two-legged spaniel was?
By being unrestricted and ignorant of prohibitions, I am restriction
well, look,
and
I'll tell you,
prohibition.
I saw his 4 for a father homesteads.
And I do not.
And I said, man,
enough.
That's the Englishman, because
negation.
you know. So he called out for a Haji to go, you know, and that's almost worse than. Well, it's like a troop bombing, because the general drove. He drove like I've never seen. I mean, he was minimal. He was scrolled out, right? I don't know what that means. Saint of barges, queen of nails, sparkling drums
closer I get to the edge of the cliff, the more obvious it is that nothing prevents me from actually jumping.
Nature's a vice, rattle of diesels, snakes eating their own tails, the seconds click in which I'm changed to dust, withered roots of knots and
the literal distance between me and
you
the
on a vampire
is a symbol of my own
no
freedom.
one sees you like
and that is what's so scary, what produces the dizziness,
I'm so sick of goodbyes,
the vertigo, this fear of my own freedom.
Every Sunday night from 11 until the clock strikes 12, I will walk on Brooklyn Bridge if I am alive. I'm so sick of goodbyes, but it's up to you. Hugging me and kissing because of the torture subcommittee. Well, you know, you could say that's a friendly act or an unfriendly act. It would be something not to die in the hell in which I've lived, horrible thoughts, death and shrouds with blood upon them.
I have developed
and
inertia.
A fear that has made me burn as if I was on
unintended
fire,
ways.
have been upon me
resist
all day,
interpretation.
and in the streets tonight. I won't betray his trust, though people say I must. I've got to stay true, just as long as he needs me. It's not very easy for me to leave him unless he knows why. I couldn't give him a drink of laudanum before I came away. I've been a liar, and among liars from a little child.
Baseless, bass, bass, bass. The sound value of the first note collapses into the point value of the gap existing between the first and second notes. Within the gap, the silent point of all possibilities. The structuring dynamics of what happens within the silent gap. And the mechanics by which the sound emerges from the point value of the gap. That is, the emergence of the sound value of the second note.
He has a lurking walk, and as he walks constantly, looks over his shoulder, first on one side and then on the other. His eyes are sunk in his head so much deeper than any other man's. His face is dark like his hair and eyes, and although he can't be more than 6 or 8 and 20, withered and haggard, his lips are often discoloured and disfigured with the marks of teeth. For he has desperate fits and sometimes even bites his hands and covers them with wounds. I'm so sick of goodbyes.
Thank you.